Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. This battle was run before the campaign started, so it's been held back, but here we go. We've got lordjohndel from Line Clan, and he's in the Chieftain. It's a standard battle, and all tier 10, so it should be fairly even. Quite a few TDs on each side, so it's going to be an interesting battle in that sense. But fairly evenly balanced. Got two crannies on each side, and the enemy side's got a Object 260, which is the top reward tank for the first personal campaigns, and the Object 780, which got released recently. And of course the Chieftain here, and a 121B, which you can get in the one shop. And there's two 907s, which you can only get through Clan Wars on the other side, so maybe puts the advantage on the enemy side. But here we've got a Chieftain, which is considered to be one of the most OP tanks in the game for random battles, similar to the Object 279, but that doesn't stop getting pinned, as you can see, at least certainly from the side. That was the Object 260. Object 260 was really just the prototype for the IS-7, so it's quite similar, just got slightly different armour characteristics. And typically for tanks that are not common, people don't know exactly how it works. Now, having said that, the crane wagon there only managed to put one pin in, just 3 shots, so managed to bounce a few rounds there, and now he's found a T110E4. Which, yeah, hard to pin from the front, and he's found the cranny and finished him off. So, in fairly short succession, he's managed to get 1 kill and 1500 hit points of damage. You see the gun's got average damage around 400 plus, so it's obviously variable damage, like with RNG of course. And here we've got a FV40FF5 in a very forward position here, so quite aggressive play there from the Chieftain player. You can see where the holes are going through the E4, just on the side of the turret. If this is an E3, you just wouldn't be able to pin it. In that sense, it's got much stronger frontal armour. So I guess the trade-off of E4 is it's got a turret that can rotate 180 degrees from side to side. So they've obviously balanced it by reducing the frontal armour. Alright, so he's got another reasonably powerful tank here, the BZ-55, that's the Czech heavy tank. And, yeah, the frontal armour is quite strong, but the lower plate, as typical, it's not so good. And here we go, FV40FF 005 crept up on him and put a big whack into him. He's now on 179 hit points, so he's basically a one-shot to any of the tanks in the game from this point. So, luckily the VZ only managed to track him, and he did the same to the VZ. Now he might be able to finish him off now. No, tracks him again, and he just goes into side scraping here. The VZ may be on reload now, it's a 2-shot auto loader, so he's going for the top of the turret. Now he's got the lower plate, and puts a shot in and gets finished off. So they are pretty balanced on hit points at the moment. They've got a slight lead in tanks. But here we go, now he's got the rear of an E3. Certainly the best place to be looking at an E3 in terms of being able to pin it. And no problem going through that. Now you can get your reload time in the Chieftain down to about 8 seconds with fluid, which he's not running here actually. He's running standard consumables here, so it'll be slightly above that. And that's with a rammer as well, and potentially with a rammer directive, so you can get your reload time quite down. So it should be just a bit over 8 seconds, even with fluid. And he finishes off the E3 with a side shot there. So good shot placement there. Now they've managed to basically push the enemy out of the town here, and it's interesting to look up at the top of the mini-map. There's an E3 pushing right up to where typically just the medium tanks battle. Here we go, lordjohndel chasing that object 780, but he's got to be a bit careful here. The 780, certainly if he comes across it, will spot him. And there will be TDs still at the base, pretty certain. Definitely there's another FV4005 has been spotted in the base area, and a Gorilla 15 that hasn't been seen. So, not quite sure where that would be. Now, he's pulling back here. Now, I'd like to see, is he looking for more support or just trying to change the angles? I think he's trying to get on the other side of the road from the object 780. Certainly doesn't need to go back to base, so I don't think that's the issue here. But that 780 is actually full health, but obviously he's keen to maintain his health status. Doesn't want to get into a battle with 5 other tanks, which I guess is understandable. This team just evaporated in a few minutes. But here we go. Lordjohndel is really just waiting for some spotting to happen, and potentially the object, the Gorilla 15, and there is a Batchat 25T and an object 907 that haven't been seen for a little while, so they could be scouting around, and he doesn't want to be lit because again that would make him a target for the TD, and if there's a Gorilla 15 pointing this way, it's got a pretty laser-like gun if it doesn't need to move around. And he probably wouldn't be able to stand up to that from distance there. So that 780, I guess, is really just sort of scouting to some extent. I'll sort of see how that effective is. There you go, the E100's taken a hit. He's got the turret of the 780, that's probably not so good. But there we go, the 780 being destroyed by... Oh, sorry, destroyed the E100. Yeah, so that was the 780 doing that damage there. Now the 4005 has come in for the same treatment. So that 780 being quite aggressive there, now that he's sort of managed to isolate some of the team. So their hit point lead has evaporated, and although they've still got 2 guns plus in the game, that's their major advantage at this point. So the key thing here will be just to be patient. That 780 makes a mistake, thinks he's by himself, and the Chieftain hasn't been spotted by him for some time. You might think that he's safe to push in on the FV, and that will make him vulnerable to the Chieftain. Oh, and here we go, just spotted there the Batchat 25T. And so good awareness from the mini-map there. Manages to spin his turret around and get a shot into the Batchat that took him out. So that's a key point there. Still got the 90 that's somewhere on that side of the map, hasn't been spotted. You can't really leave the 780 there at this point, unless his team can basically do something about it. The 121B's moved right down to the river area there, and let's give him a sign. Oh, he's taken a big hit there. I wonder what's done that. 560. It could be, I'm trying to think, look at the thing. That's not arty. Could be the FV, maybe a bouncing shot or non-penetrating shot. But if he's taken a hit like that, that's yeah, not going to be a good outcome. Alright, so it does indicate there's something up the top of the hill there. Well, it's definitely something on top of the hill there. It's the FV's last known location. So he puts a shot into the bush there with his low number of HE shells. It's a good choice. And finally, Cranley's taken out the object 780, so that's good. So that takes out the spotting possibility. And there you go. The enemy FV's taken out the FV that was spotted at the time. So you can tell that the TDs are definitely facing this way, but they've lost their spotting, so at least there's no big issue there. But look, everyone's on low hit points. However, look at the 3 still pushing in from the north. He looks like he's been quite careful. You can't see him in the replay because he's well outside the draw range, and we are getting down to the last 5 minutes of the game. But certainly with the number of hit points that John has got, it's not a good idea to push up. The 121B's only got slightly more, and not sure who's got all the hit points here. Okay, we've found well, that was the 9-0. He's been taken out by Gorilla 15 on John's team. And he's pushing up now here with a bit more confidence here, but using this line of bushes here to really obscure his travels, just in case the enemy TDs are sitting there with binocs looking out. And luckily, not been spotted by any of this. So certainly removing that medium tank's made it really much a bit of an easier deal. So just using the train here quite effectively, you can come up this side of the map without technically getting spotted easily. The FB's been spotted, looks like by the E3, and he'll most likely be facing that direction, and so it makes him a nice easy shot for John, and he gets a good shot in there, and in fact a nice high roll too. So one more shot and the FB's gone, and he gets the kill. So that's brought up his 5th kill. He's on for a top gun here. There's the Gorilla 15. Should be facing the same direction, which he is, but no, he's turning around now. And John's just got to be careful. He could probably bounce a shot at this point, and he gets a nice tracking damage. Gets a blind shot in and gets the kill there. That's brought up his top gun. So great shooting there. Now it's really just the arty that's left. It's still vulnerable to being shotgunned. So this is going to be interesting. Old Ego knows where the arty is now. He's in the corner there. He traces it, giving him away. His team's capping just in case something goes wrong, but really it's just a case of coming up the arty. He's got plenty of time actually. You know, the arty will be on like a 30-second reload, and a shot comes in probably from his own arty, and he gets the kill, or in fact the FE gets the kill, but he gets the most damage.